The Scales of Heart and Justice. The atmosphere in the courtroom of Judge Ebony K. Williams was thick with a history of lives intertwined and then pulled apart. She sat behind the bench, a woman of grace and authority who carried the warmth of North Carolina, the spirit of Louisiana, the coolness of the West Coast, and the sharp edge of New York. Before her stood people from all walks of life, seeking a version of truth that only a fair heart could provide. She believed in freedom and integrity, values that guided her as she sought to be a voice for those who felt unheard. On this particular day, the court turned its attention to a dispute born of a broken friendship. Nicole Jennings, the plaintiff, stood with a look of deep disappointment, while Asia Franklin, the defendant, met her gaze with a mixture of hurt and defiance. The issue at hand was a wedding, an event that should have been a celebration of love, but instead became a battlefield of unmet expectations. Nicole Jennings began her story by explaining that Asia had been her best friend since college. They had shared years of memories, yet when it came time for Nicole to have her small and private wedding, things went terribly wrong. Nicole told the judge that Asia had begged for 4 additional seats, and being a kind friend, Nicole had accommodated her. She added a table for 4 more people, only for Asia and her entire group to never show up. The betrayal felt sharp because it was the most important day of Nicole's life. Judge Williams looked at Asia and asked if this was true. Asia admitted it was, but she had her own side of the story. She spoke of nasty social media posts and a bridesmaid who treated her like a servant. She felt left out, noting that she was not asked to be a bridesmaid even though Nicole had been the maid of honor at Asia's own wedding years ago. The judge examined the evidence, specifically a social media post where Nicole expressed frustration about being guilted into adding guests. Nicole explained that the post was made in a private group for brides to vent after she had already called the caterer to add the extra people. It was a moment of human frustration, not an act of malice. As the story unfolded, it became clear that the friendship had been a casualty of a divorce. Asia's former husband, Ralph, and Nicole's husband were best friends. When Asia and Ralph divorced due to rumors of infidelity, Nicole had taken the side of the husband. This shift in loyalty destroyed the bond between the two women. Asia admitted she wanted to attend the wedding for closure, feeling hurt that her long-term friend had not checked on her during the difficult divorce. Judge Williams, acting with the wisdom of a counselor, noted that they were both hurting. She observed that they were evaluating a modern relationship based on a version of themselves from 10 years ago. Life moves forward and people change. When Nicole offered Asia a position as an usher instead of a bridesmaid, Asia felt it was a slight, while Nicole saw it as an attempt to include her despite their distance. The financial heart of the matter was $360, representing $60 for each of the 6 empty seats. Asia revealed that she had asked for those 4 extra seats for her parents, sister, and brother-in-law on the very day of the wedding. Judge Williams saw through this, suggesting that Asia was testing Nicole's limits, perhaps trying to see how far Nicole would go to accommodate her after feeling deprioritized. In the end, the judge ruled in favor of Nicole. She believed that the request for 6 seats on the wedding day was not genuine and that Asia had intended to hurt Nicole as she had been hurt. The court ordered the payment of $360, hoping that while the debt was settled, the two women might one day find a way to heal their hearts. The next case brought a different kind of tension to the room. Ricky Edwards was suing his former girlfriend, Amber Gilbert, for $1,500. He claimed that during a heated argument, she had pushed him, causing his glasses and phone to break. Ricky, who is 5 years younger than Amber, spoke about the pressure he felt in the relationship. He mentioned that Amber was pushing for more commitment, while he felt he needed more time for spiritual and financial growth. On the night of the incident, after a few drinks, he claimed she shoved him toward the door of her house, causing him to trip and fall. Amber, a homeowner with a clear sense of self, told a different story. She explained that she wasn't asking for marriage, but simply for him to move in. She was tired of his excuses and his lack of progress. On that night, she asked him to leave and gestured toward the door but insisted she never touched him. She admitted to slamming the door after he was outside, but not on him. To find the truth, the The court viewed footage from a Ring camera. The video showed Ricky stumbling and his glasses flying, but it also showed that there was no physical contact between him and Amber, nor between him and the door. He had simply tripped on his own. Judge Williams, seeing the situation clearly, dismissed the case entirely. She advised that playing like a child leads to consequences and that it was best for both parties to go their separate ways. As the session ended, the courtroom stood as a testament to the complexities of human connection, where justice is not just about money, but about understanding the truth of our interactions with one another.